doing?
All right, guys, it is day 5 of sick week, so we're on the final day. We made it with the Durango, so hopefully we take the light, and I finish my first sick dragon drive. So I've been to, this is the 4th one. I'm 0 for 3 so far, so I'm trying to be 1 for 4 by finishing once we take the beams with it. So I think we're in good shape to take the beams and be able to wrap this thing up. But crazy events going on here. So you got Brett with the Mustang, 629 yesterday. So just freaking amazing that he's doing that with that little car there. Word overnight is that Lutz is out, so he wasn't able to get the engine repaired to make the drive down here, so he's out. But when I talked to Brett, he's going to make a conservative pass, and then he's going up there to run a better number than the 620. Actually, no, it's not a conservative pass. He said he was putting the same tune-up in as yesterday for the 629, and then he was going to make another pass. If that went well, make another pass to see if they can go even faster, which amazing. I mean, it's a small tire car. So 2 things going on there. Number 1, sick week is probably going to be won by a car on small tires for the first time. The other is it's finally going to be won by an American. The Swedes are 2-0 at sick week. They won the first 2. So now finally we're bringing it back to America, and an American's going to win the event. So we think so, but time will tell. So Swedes are going to have to battle it back next year to then try and reclaim their title as sick week champs. But for this year, I really hope we got that. But lots of action going on here. It's a later start today, 11 a.m. start. Awards will take place right after the event. And once again, God's blessed us with an amazing day. So the sun is shining. It's probably the warmest day we've had, because this early in the morning to be this warm, and I say 75, I don't know what it is, but amazing weather. We have not had a drop of rain. I guess I won't say that till 10 o'clock tonight, but so far, not a lick of rain. Not even a cloud in the sky all week long, not even a threat of rain. So it's been amazing, but catch the action, see how everything wraps up, and see who the winners are this year, sick week. And once again, it is the biggest rolling party you could ever have in Florida, and amazing. If you haven't done it, do it. If you've done it, I don't have to tell you because you'll do it again. Because of driving in our own water yesterday, we turned in an 11-something time slip. Quarantine's over there. We're over here. We got kicked out of quarantine because we didn't have our 850 pass, so we don't get the fast lane today. We don't get the perks of quarantine. We just go up when they call us and get our pass in, and hopefully one lick, wrap this thing up, and check the box completed. One and done, hopefully, right?
Depends what you do. It's hard to take. We're taking it in. Like we had no idea that this was going to be a possibility. Day 2, it looked like we were in the lead day 2. So it's like, let's just finish and do what we do, keep getting a little faster, and maybe we have a shot at it. And as the week progressed, you guys saw. And then now here we are with the overall on the 28-inch radial, never before done. An average that is the fastest average ever on a sick week, any sick week. Like, I don't know. From building a car to race it to do these kind of things, this is, we're at the highest level with it now. So, it doesn't get any better than that.
What are you going to do now?
Yeah, so we're going to try to run, at the very last, so that maybe the sun might be down a little bit because today was pushed back. If the sun's on the other side of that trees, we're going to try to go faster to the 60 foot. We went 110, 415 to the 8th on the 629 run yesterday. Was it yesterday? I'm losing track of the days. So the car's been 108 in this trim, so we know if we can go a 108 or maybe even a 107, that we're gonna pick up ET that way. So we're gonna put that tune up in it and try to hit that.
So we just saw Brett wrap up the victory.
Yeah, he's got it. There's no way I could catch him. We didn't even do the math. We knew here he'd go fast anyway, and I'm sure he's gonna come up and go faster. We're gonna try too. That should have been like a 39 on my run. It was a 46, and he's going back to look at the data. It fluttered a little bit in the middle. Like maybe it was fat in one area or lean. I don't know. He's looking at it, but we want to leave here with a 30 something, and we'd like to go 230 after we went 228 yesterday. But we'll see what happens. I'm not going to tear it all up to do it, but we're going to put a little more in it and see what it'll take. Because I didn't even shake the tires that time. That was like the first time all week I haven't had at least some shake in the beginning of the track.
You and Brian have really stepped things up. I think it was less than a year ago. 650s was a happy day for you.
Yeah, well, we went 656 at Drag Week last year. That was the first 50 we ever had. We've been hanging out there around 430s in the 8th for like 6 years. I switched from gas to methanol, and we never went no quicker in the 8th. We always went faster in the quarter, but we're finally starting to get that first 1/8 of a mile settled out with I had Joe Schott redid the rear chassis, and it's really working now. So we just haven't been on one track long enough to test it to see what it would take. So today we might make 3 or 4 runs if we get time.
Kevin, you scared the shit out of me. Did you scare the shit out of yourself?
No, and like I've told a few people, like I'm not scared to crash one. You guys may have seen that in some of my other racing. So when something like that happens, I go into save the car mode and start driving to try and keep the car off the wall. And I'm in the car pumping the brakes to try to keep the wheels spinning just enough to keep some control, throw the chute out, and I'm steering like crazy to try and get her pointed back the right direction. Thankfully, it put enough water down that the car kind of just kept its momentum going, like where there was so much water under the tires. And I haven't watched all the video yet for that I have on car, because I had a left front suspension camera, which is kind of where all the water was coming from. I had an under the rear camera, and then I have my in-car camera that'll all be on my YouTube video when it comes out. So yeah, it wasn't how I wanted to make the highlight reel, because I thought we were about to finish second in class, and you know, at least we're here. Never touched the wall. Chad didn't hit me when I was spinning in front of him, so I'm glad he was paying attention, you know, because some people, when you're driving a fast car, you just lock in on the finish line and you're not paying attention to what's going on in the other lane. And he said he was watching me and saw it make a move, and he hit the brakes and bailed out, and then I spun in front of him. And yeah, I'm glad to be standing here and not in the ambulance. I'm glad the car's not hurt at all. But yeah, sorry to scare you. So it looks like it lifted a head gasket, and I mean, this motor was brand new. Fired it up at 1 o'clock Saturday morning before we put it in the trailer and drove down here. Literally drove it from the trailer to tech to the water box, and we started making runs with it. And normally, anytime I build an engine and sell it to people, tell them after a few heat cycles to retorque the cylinder heads. Well, I should have taken my own advice. Even though this is a Texas Speed 388, I should have taken my normal advice that I tell people when we do engines, to retorque the cylinder heads, stop, be safe. Didn't do that, and you guys saw the result of that. So if you get a fresh engine, stop and retorque the cylinder heads after a few runs, and make sure everything's happy with all that.
So you had to relinquish second place, but you may get a viral video out of it.
Yeah, I think it might be a pretty good video. We'll see how well it hits on the old YouTube channel. And if you guys don't follow me on there, KSR Performance and Fabrication on YouTube. And we've had a video every day this week. Actually left the tune-up alone. It was the same tune-up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and for some reason it was unhappy, which makes me think it was the cylinder heads just needing a retorque. Because like I said, it was exactly the same as the tune-up we've had every day this week. Was on a run that time, looking at the 330 number, it was going to run a 53 or 54. And then I was backwards at the 8th mile in Chad's lane. So
we're real happy. This thing, it did everything we'd hoped it would do, and it actually accomplished the task. You know, Matt and I cruising into the hotel last night, we're like, boy, we got another step to go. Let's just get it to fire in the morning, get to the track. And we get to the track, we're pretty happy. It's like, we got one more hit to make. Let's get it out up in the air. Went out, made that first pass. We didn't go as quick today as we wanted to, but you know, we're happy. Things held together great, and we couldn't have asked for a better trip.
So you had 2 hits today, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
How'd they go?
First one ran at 777. And we were hoping a little faster, and then we'll bring it back here. We'll see if we can turn it up, try to go for the record. And didn't get it, ran at 75, and we're like, all right, that's it, we're all done. So
yeah, we haven't heard any parts, and
nothing's
parts for this thing are pretty tough to come by.
Yeah.
And you got to build most of them, and the lead times take a while. I mean, there's some other events we want to try to get into this year, maybe, and so we're gonna go home happy. We're pretty satisfied, and we just love it. The crowd response has been great. People's support have been great, and we could ask for a better experience.
Congratulations! How are you going to celebrate?
I think we're just gonna breathe.
Yeah.
It's been a run.
Yeah,
It's been stressful since drag week. We thought, why didn't we make it? And what do we got to do to get there?
And so if we don't make it, are we going to be able to? Is it even going to work anymore?
Yeah. So it was a lot of things were on this week to make this happen. We're going to go home and celebrate just a little bit by relaxing, and then get back at it. See what we're going to do next.
What are you going to do next?
We got to think about that. What we're going to do next.
We're planning on going to
we want to go to drag week. We want to have some fun at drag week. We have a vendetta there to get back to. I mean, drag week kicked her ass day 2, and so we owe her a little bit to come back and take her on again. So we'd like to do drag week and hopefully be successful there, and then we'll see what we're going to do.
And keep this combination together for a few years.
Yeah.
And keep showing up.
He says that knowing that I can't do it.
He can't do it.
I can't sit still.
He can't do it.
What's bigger than a Sonny Leonard engine?
Well, you can always go 900 inch. I mean, there's bigger engines. This is just a 5-inch bore space block.
That's what she said.
And they make a 3 bore space block for a reason. So I don't know. I don't exactly know. It's fun to chat and talk shit. So it's we'll see what we do. But we're happy.
We're happy.
This week was mostly about shaking the tires. We shook every track, I think, and we had to take away power. It's the wrong way to do it because you can always get wheel speed instead of go through the tire shake, but you only have 1 or 2 runs every day. And the easiest way is to take away power, but you go slow. If you add power, you shake again, or even worse, you maybe hit the wall. So yeah, we have took out power and just to make sure that we kept our position and see if anybody else was dropping out before us. Unfortunately, Magnus and Lutz was dropping out. It wasn't what we hoped for, but definitely not one man's bread. Today we did, I don't know, we did 2 or 3 runs, but the first one was shaking really bad, so I just aborted it and coasted down. And then I think, yeah, we did only 2 runs today. The next one I took out a lot of power, and it was a 117, 60 foot, 459 or something, and then we poured in some power, did it 224, 667. So that was enough to win Unlimited class and 3rd overall.
And what's next for both the car and yourself?
From now we're just shipping the car home, taking out the transmission and engine and putting it into the new car. The new car is already sitting in my garage. We have been working for it for 2 or 3 months. So it takes like 2 months until this car is home, and then we swap it over and ship it back here to Sikwick next year.
And what's the new car?
It's a split bumper Camaro. It's built from a Pro Mode car, converted back to a street car. Instead of this one that was more like a street car and converted into a drag race car.
All right, I think they called all run, so the event's starting to wind down. There's a lot of people, PBs, records, like I think a lot of stuff's been decided, but we do have Brett up there going to make a Hail Mary pass because I know that he's trying to beat his 629 that he ran yesterday. He's got the event locked up, and this is what's cool about the last day is people go up there and they throw the kitchen sink at it and see what they can do. Now, the bad part is a lot of times with tractors on the track because people are going Hail Mary passes and it wasn't ready for the Hail Mary or it didn't take the Hail Mary. But either way, get that stuff as we wind that down, get ready for awards. We got a big ass dinner coming. I think 6 or 6:30. That's what I was going to check on because I'm getting hungry. But I don't want to eat before the dinner, like Cuban dinner, like it is freaking last year. Off the hook, chicken and pork, like I mean, amazing. So, and you can only get that dinner if you're Sick Week, Sick Ward, because that's for the people in the event, and that's worth the price of admission on its own, just this dinner. So, but either way, slowly wrapping it down. We turned in our time slip. We're happy with everything, and I finished. So I am now 1 and 3 in my own events. I've actually finished one of my own events. So that's a win in my book. There you go. Let's wrap it up.
Leaf blowers, yeah or no?
Yeah, they're fine except when Ricky's trying to video and I'm trying to talk. But other than that, all
Why do
good.
they have leaf suckers? Wouldn't that make more sense? You're just blowing this shit around. Fucking hate it. So, mate, true to your word?
Yep, go out for a little turn up and just see how we go. Got a little bit more in it, more on the start, more quicker ramp. So, yeah, give it a rip, see how we go.
Congratulations on the class win. How does that feel?
Thank you. Oh, good. Just, yeah, it's been a long week. Sort of probably feel like it's one of my hardest ones. So, it's good to just sort of get to the end and let a bit of stress relief go. And yeah, but it's good. I feel like going out for another rip. So, head out there and say what it's got.
Feeling tired and ready for Texas Roadhouse. Really. No, honestly, this week was pretty good. So I had a little bit of PTSD coming out of 6 Summer. My last race was 6 Summer, and on day 2, we literally blew 2 pistons out of the bottom of the motor and then scored the block, everything. So I was like, if I can just make it past day 2, I'm gonna feel pretty good. We did that, we finished the week. So we're back at ground zero, okay? We're back where we need to be. But then yesterday, I had to turn in a 714. Today I had to turn a 708. I'm okay with that. I still have a 697 average. I do not like that. It seems kind of slow. Not insulting anyone that's running those times, but for this car, it is slow. And so I want to do better. Like obviously, earlier in the week we ran a 679. We are fighting so many different problems. Yesterday we barely got a pass, broke drive shaft. Couldn't anticipate that. My injectors have continued to be a problem. That whole time out there I made a pass today, just blubbering fat. Thing felt like a dog all the way down the track. So I made 1 pass and I was like, I'm done, I'm fine, I'm tired. But then the best, like I just sat there and I kept hearing voices in my head from everyone around me like, you should make another pass. So we did. And that next pass got me the 6-second average, 697 at something, 2 something. And then I was talking to Jeffrey Lutz and their crew, and they're like, you should put some more boost to it. And I was like, well, that sounds like fun. We should do that. More boost, that's always a good answer. And so I was like, this next tune may or may not make it down the track. I don't really care. I wanted to do it. It did not make it down the track. It was spicy, very spicy. So anyways, we are wrapping up Sick Week 2024. I feel pretty good about the car, and Dad and I now have a billion different things we need to go fix, redo, and start this whole process over again, because our next race for Drag and Drive is 6 Summer coming up in June, which sounds like a long ways away, but somehow that's gonna be tomorrow when I blink my eyes. So anyways, that's it.
The quickest average ever on a drag radial. Ran a 6:26 on the last day. Averaged a 6:34. Brett LaSala is #1 with 3 together.